Sick.
Ooh. All right. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get any watchers for this live because it's like
not.
3 p.m. on a Wednesday for people on the East Coast. I mean, we might get some UK people. Who knows? But like, I think Paragon Fuzz isn't on the level anymore. So I don't even know. That's the only UK person off the top of my head that I know. So
yeah, I thought about making a post in the Facebook saying we're going earlier, but I was like, I was driving.
Yeah,
and then I didn't. So.
And then you didn't.
And then I didn't.
And then you didn't.
That's what it boils down to a lot of times. You know?
That's what everything boils down to. I've got grand plans to do all kinds of things, and then I didn't. Yeah.
Alrighty. I wish I had a little more time, or I would have messed around with the starting lineup figure more than I've been able to.
Oh yeah, your post and then I think someone else's post has sort of inspired me. I don't care about basketball at all. I care more about football. So depending on who they do football wise, I'll probably pick up a football person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can.
It is Paragon Fuzz.
Hell yeah! We were just talking about you. I guess I got to go in the comment view now so I can see what people say here.
Well, that's cool. So I'm glad I was saying we're going so early. I think only people from the UK would even bother to watch this.
For the Patreon intro, I guess I'll open the starting lineup card I got.
Oh, do it. Yeah, which because there's different versions, right?
So I did get the NFT emailed to me. Yeah, but I haven't like claimed it yet or anything.
What do you even do with that? You just have it? Do you sell it? Do you like?
I assume you got to make an account for some website that does NFTs, and then I'm just gonna sell it especially if it's one of like the rare or one of 10,000 like one of like. But yeah, it's a nice presentation. It's got his name there.
Yeah, I would have no interest in saving an NFT. Like I wouldn't even know what to do with it, and I feel like the longer I keep it, the less value it has.
I would just rather
recoup some of that money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is cool. I mean, it comes with like the little card.
Oh, that's a nice basketball card, and from the people who
says starting lineup in the corner, and then on the back it shows, I guess some stats of his, and then shows the figure on the back, which is neat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
So it's not even like
neat.
A normal basketball card. It's like a special.
Yeah, it's a special starting lineup. Yeah, it has a starting lineup logo.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it's neat. It's holographic. Yeah. I might see how much selling for $3 on eBay or something because I'm not a card person, or maybe I'll save it. Maybe I'll retire off this card one day. You never know.
We never saw Zach again. Right. He died in a pile of cocaine on a yacht in Cabo.
Hell yeah, dude.
He just left his life behind.
Look how sick the stand is, though.
That's
this is
a nice
very
stand.
Quality stand.
No, that's a great stand. Absolutely.
Yeah, I kind of just want to paint over, or put a sticker over the starting lineup right here, and then just use it for like a Boba Fett or Mandalorian or something.
Yeah, that, and I'll bring this up in the episode proper too. But like, if they did stuff like this in the Black Series, I would pay $50 for a figure. Yeah. If they came with a stand, if they came with a bunch of accessories,
you plug this in, and it has like slots in here, so you can turn it any way, and it stays. You hear it clicking?
It's a ratchet. Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll stay either way. This is a great stand. Yeah, that's pretty sick. The price is a little high, but that's why I only got one instead of like the full lineup I was planning on. Or at least some more of them. But so definitely going to be a lot more selective on those.
Yeah, like I said, I'll probably snag a football, or like if they do hockey or something. Maybe I'll get one of each. Maybe I'll get a basketball, a football, a hockey, and then...
And those are going to be cool because they'll have equipment on it, like pads and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then what I really care about is mixing and matching them with other stuff, like put a lightsaber in their hand or something like that. You know, like, or like a big old axe from Mythic Legions or something like that. Like I feel like there's the fun thing about having, and we really should say this for the actual podcast, but the fun thing about having figures of like real world people is you can put them in fantastical situations. Mm-hmm. Like it's one thing you've got a Luke Skywalker and you have him fighting a Gamorrean guard or whatever. Like that's just Star Wars. But you got LeBron James fighting Darth Vader. You know.
I was kind of thinking about maybe like popping his head off and putting him on like a really tall trooper, like the Death Trooper. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Or like maybe a Dark Trooper.
Yeah,
you know,
like,
that'd be pretty
if
sick.
It fits.
Yeah, that'd be neat. I wonder if it's
I will. I'll make this a Patreon exclusive because I'm not gonna. I guess it doesn't matter if we do it in the proper thing, but
it's got some neat.
I popped my Selfie Series head onto my.
Look at that! It looks really good.
Onto my Apo. It's super loose, like.
Oh, it just sits there.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I could get some like blue tack or something in there to keep it.
Yeah,
but I kind of like the way that looks. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, he's just gonna be staying on the shelf. So
yeah, for right. Yeah. Like I don't care about having another Mando, but I'll be a
Apo.
I'll be a clone trooper. Yeah, exactly.
Paragon Fuzz asks, "What's the real person you'd want in a figure form?"
I almost said Jesus Christ, but there are figures of Jesus coming out.
Give me like a Mick Jagger one or something.
No, I think that'd be. Well, you know, they got those. They've got like the Bruce Lee, like the SH Figure Arts, the guy from Queen, Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
I think like mundane normal people, but like a good action figure of them. Give me like a
Ryan Johnson.
Exactly.
Just like a normal celebrity, like
just like but like that's just is that different from just having like a movie action figure of them? You know, now that I think about it,
yeah, true.
So I think like I don't know, like an Obama figure,
like a politician,
yeah.
Can you imagine like a CNN exclusive AOC figure or something?
Right. The problem with doing like a politician action figure is it just sort of it exacerbates the whole like treating politicians like they're celebrities and like I wouldn't want like an Elon Musk figure or anything like that either.
Could you imagine how sick a Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump 2-pack like a debate 2-pack would be though?
Fight to the death.
Right? They each come with like a stand and a mic or something.
but fully articulated.
Oh yeah. That'd be sick.
But you're right. Like other than sports people, I can't really think of anyone like
that I would even
no one would buy an action figure of my like 6th grade English teacher, you know?
Yeah.
And no one would care.
Probably only customizers if it hit clearance.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
And
I
that's kind of
sports...
like how G.I. Joe is, because I feel like G.I. Joe is just a lot of like normal people, just like, you know.
Kinda. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I mean, I'm already an action figure twice now, so I would say me, but like, I'm
Black Series Cantina 2-pack.
Right?
Can we have somebody make a custom box and then we each get like a Selfie Series figure and then put it in the box and have like Black Series Cantina 2-pack?
Let's do it.
I'd be so down for that. All right, I'm ready to hop on the regular show. What do you think here? I got some thoughts.
Oh, you got thoughts?
Did you? Oh yeah, you're in here. You're in the notes. I put the Amazon exclusive 2-pack for last.
Oh no, we'll be talking about that. That's going to be a big deal. Absolutely.
I put that to close our news segment there.
For sure.
And we might even bring that up in the intro. Who knows?
Well, who knows? Yeah. No, we'll bring it up whenever we bring it up. Now that I think about it, who gives a crap? Let's start the episode proper with the intro and my cat knocking over my fine editions. Get out of here.
Freaking cat.
Yeah, friggin' cat. Hi there, I'm Mike. Welcome to Star Wars Black Series Cantina. We're going to be coming at you today. We got a good episode with some things to talk about. And as always, I have my co-host here. Say hi, Zach.
Hello. It's almost Turkey Day. Happy Thanksgiving.
It is. Yep, for the people in America.
By the time you're listening, though, it'll be the weekend probably, right?
Oh, yeah. Assuming. This is not going to go up before Thanksgiving. So we are recording this the day before Thanksgiving. For the people outside the U.S., it's just a day where we give thanks and togetherness and spend entirely too much money. You know what's weird about that is, my current job is doing like e-commerce stuff. And while Thanksgiving isn't necessarily a global thing, Black Friday and Cyber Monday is 100% global. Like people in Canada, their Thanksgiving was back in October, but they still observe Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big holiday. Are you going to partake in any Black Friday shopping or Cyber Monday?
No, I'm not going to go anywhere. No, after working retail for the last 20 years of my life or whatever, I'm never going to go anywhere to shop on Black Friday ever, because I will not contribute to that culture. But I will shop online. So the Amazon warehouse workers, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm
so sorry. I know. I'm so sorry.
So yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I hope you're nice and full. I hope you got seconds and thirds and you got leftovers to eat while you listen to a good episode of Black Series Cantina here. We got some news.
Yeah.
So I know we're gonna get into that carbonized 2-pack at the end of our news segment.
We're gonna get into a lot of stuff here.
We're gonna go off on
I got
that.
thoughts. I got
feelings. We're gonna have flames coming out of our ears on that one. They broke Mike. Did Hasbro
No, well, don't get into it.
Mike,
We'll talk.
I'm not.
Well, yeah,
I'm just.
No,
I'm
clickbait it. Yes, clickbait it.
Teasing
yeah,
I'm teasing it. Did Hasbro break Mike? Stay tuned.
I'll change
for the end of our news segment.
I'll change the title of this episode to something clickbaity, like Mike Case gone broke, or I don't know, something dumb like that.
Yeah, something like that. But I hope everybody's having a good Thanksgiving. And yeah, we got some news to go over.
Yeah.
But first, how do you say we? Oh, and we're gonna talk about Andor after.
Yeah, we won't talk spoilers until we get there, but we will be talking spoilers because
we'll give the spoiler warning after our news segment once we get into episode 12 conversation.
So you got some time.
I'm fresh off watching. I finished episode 12 like 15 minutes ago, the finale.
Yeah.
And I am ready to talk about
Zach sent me a message. He's like, I'm going to be late. So it's going to be great. His thoughts, his feelings are fresh. I watched mine at midnight last night. I could not go to sleep. I'm like, I need to know what happens. So I stayed up.
Well, that's good because you've had time to sleep on it and gather your thoughts, and I'm having that instant reaction. So it might be a nice, we got
a little perspective difference here. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that's enough beating around the bush. Let's get into those fine additions. If you want to start us off here.
Yeah, I'll go first. So I did get in. I'll start off with the non-Star Wars stuff first.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do that.
Nate's not. Well, I guess I've already got Nate's approval to buy this in the group chat, but I did get a Funko Pop. It's the Walmart exclusive Diamond Rhaenyra Targaryen.
Ew, gross.
There's
Funko
just
Pop.
no House of the Dragon stuff out there to buy, and I have
we were
some
talking
Game of
about
Thrones
this
Funkos.
in the group chat. Yeah.
So I have some Game of Thrones Funkos. So I was like, I'll place a pre-order on this Rhaenyra, and guess what? I checked eBay; it's already worth like $40. So this is a big deal.
That's just money right there.
Yeah, that's just the freest money you can get.
I mean, you spent money to get it, but sure.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna sell it, so
yeah,
it's just
it doesn't do you any good. But yeah, it's good. It's nice to know that it's worth money, but you have no intention of ever cashing in on it. Yeah.
But what if it ends up being one of the? Because Game of Thrones Funkos, they went crazy. Like they would be like 160. I did pay a crazy amount of money. I don't want to talk about on some Game of Thrones Funkos. So maybe one day I can retire off of this. You never know.
Okay, Beanie Baby.
And then I did get the starting lineup LeBron James in the mail. This is nice. My initial reaction, the likeness isn't as great in person as the renders are online that
that's
they've been
unfortunate.
putting up. Yeah, it's still pretty good though. Like it's still. I don't have my light on, so it's gonna be hard for you to see. But I'll send some more pictures to you later. Likeness isn't as great, but that just comes down to paint detail. But it's still like very solid. It's not too bad.
Are you allowed to post that onto your Instagram, being that it's not Star Wars: The Black Series?
I'll do my story. I can put it on my story.
All right. I don't know what your personal rules are for that.
My first reaction of like all the joints and articulation, I didn't really like it because it was kind of hard to move them and bend the legs and bend the elbows. But now that it's not like sitting outside all day by my door, waiting for me to get it, I think it's warmed up a little and it's actually pretty smooth. So I like that. And the shoe, it does pop off very easily.
There we go.
Yep.
Hasbro.
And you can tell it's meant to be replaced. So they are hopefully going to do shoe packs one day.
You got to do shoe packs.
They have to.
They're just sitting on money if they don't release shoe packs. Yeah.
Yeah, people are going to buy, especially if they release like a Michael Jordan one and then they do shoe packs
get
of like
some
all
Air
of his
Jordans,
shoes or
get some Pumas, Adidas. I don't even know shoe brands. I buy I have a pair of Vans and I have a pair of DC shoes. And I have a pair of New Balance, and that is the extent of my shoe.
There you go.
Yeah,
I'm kind of a basketball shoe head.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited for maybe they'll release. I personally own some LeBron 11s.
Yeah. It's shoe culture is one of those weird things for me because things that like as a toy collector, whenever I see anyone like scalping, I'm like, they're awful. They're a terrible person. Yeah. But like with shoes, it's just normal. I'm like, I bought these and then I'm selling them for $1,200. Yeah. And I'm like, I just went and bought it from a scalper for $1,200. Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you okay with that? Why are you just okay with it? Like, it's just it's so weird how people are okay with it with shoes, but like with like toys, it's like no.
Especially like whenever I guess Kanye. The Yeezys or whatever, like people would sell those for like $1,200 right after they buy them. They'll literally like buy them at the store, walk outside the store, and somebody's there waiting to buy them from them.
They're not even worried about getting in line to buy them for regular price. They're just waiting for someone who did that to just if that's the price for me, I guess. Like it's so weird how people are just okay with it. Like.
Yeah.
It makes me frustrated, really. Like, it makes me not like shoes because of what it has done to culture.
Yeah. And like secondary market.
Yeah, exactly.
For shoes is crazy.
Just buy your shoes on Amazon like a normal person or like a shoe store and just wear them. Wear your shoes. They go on your feet. Wear your shoes. Just buy shoes to wear and wear them. That's it. They just go on your feet.
I agree. I only buy like regular shoes and then basketball shoes to wear while I play basketball. So,
there you go. That makes sense.
And then I did get the GameStop Gaming Greats 13th Battalion in the mail. I got 2 of them.
You got 2 of them.
I got 2 of them for the free shipping. So if anybody needs one,
hit Zach up. Hit him up.
Hit me up. I got one available if you want it. Priority will go to Patreon members. If a Patreon member wants it, DM me. I'll give you like a day in advance or something. I don't know. Just I guess first one to message me or whatever. And then very cool trooper though. The black line makes such a huge difference. The black line makes a huge difference, and I don't care.
It absolutely does. Yeah.
If in the Bad Batch that the shock trooper doesn't have the black line, they need to include the black line on every clone going forward. Like I agree.
It makes such a. I don't. You know what though? I don't mind if it's a black line. I just need a line there. So like for instance, the Mace Windu's trooper has the maroon line, and I feel like that works just as well. Yeah. But having nothing there is weird.
And then I did run to Target today to see if they had the Tibetan Station Obi-Wan Kenobi, but They did not. And then I forgot there's a GameStop close to that Target, so I headed there. And then I finally picked up the Wookiee Holiday Edition.
Nice.
This is the one I wanted the most from the set. So I needed this once I saw it. I was kind of bummed though, because I go to the counter and I picked. This is one of the rare occasions whenever I could pick the one with the best paint. You know, some of them had like too much white on the lips because they're supposed to be blue. And one of them, like, the paint job was great on the face, but the rest of the figure looked dirty, and it was really weird. It had like black specks all over it. But this one is, and since it's white, it's like super obvious to see that. So I got this one. But I was kind of bummed because I went up there and then I said, "Hey, yeah, here's my phone number. I just wanted to see if I had like $5 off for it." And then he said, "Oh no, your account expired like a week ago." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" So if I would have came here a week ago, I could have used $5 off for this. So I had to pay full price, which is fine.
I have a story about that, but yeah, that's frustrating.
Yeah, it's just like the timing couldn't have been worse, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So, but I mean, so after tax, it was $29, which isn't terrible, but it's a little more than I would want to pay for just a standard figure. But this is cool. It's a
But you know what? Wookiees are really big. Like Wookiees, I feel like you get a lot more bang for your buck just by having that Wookiee body.
That is true. And I'm keeping this on card, and the presentation is like very nice. The box is great. The figure, the paint is great. It's like very visually appealing, especially for the holiday season. So,
yeah, and especially for like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, it's a good purchase.
Decent purchase.
A fine addition, and that's all I have for this segment. So I'm gonna throw you the talking stick now.
Well, I'll take that talking stick. You know, I before we get into fine additions, I just want to make a comment on how much being a toy collector kind of sucks right now, because we're getting hit. I feel like we're getting hit from all sides. Like we're getting hit with current pre-orders that are supposed to be coming out now. We're getting hit with pre-orders that were supposed to come out a while ago but got delayed. And then I feel like we're also getting hit on the other side with things that were supposed to be out like next year are coming out super early. So it's like, what the hell? Chill out.
Can I share the 3 emails I've received?
Yeah.
Remember I told you I was going to Target to get Tippin Station Obi-Wan?
Yep.
I'm glad I didn't find him, because at 12:15 p.m. I get an email from Target saying he shipped.
Right.
Which I'm happy about. But then
you can always return it though. Target's cool like that.
Yeah, and then at 10:46 a.m. I got the email saying Ned B shipped. And then 20 minutes before that, I got the email saying the Ferrex Imperial officer shipped. Like, everything is shipping at once.
Everything's shipping all at once. Yep.
So I guess it's a good problem to have, right?
Oh, it's great until your wallet's like, what are you doing, man? Like, so close to Christmas? Chill out.
Right.
It's rough. It's a rough time to be a toy collector. Anyways, speaking of which, I also have a ton. I don't have a ton of stuff, but I have some stuff. Let's start with the one you already did. This is my regular pre-order for. I'm going to turn my blurry background off, because there we go. All right, so I got my 13th Battalion. I already had this. I got one from Papa Gordon Canada, because they came out a while ago. And speaking of which, I totally forgot about that until right now. I spent the last week in Canada.
Yeah.
It's super cold there, first of all, like 20 degrees cold. And it snowed like half the time I was there, which is really cool for being someone from California. Mm-hmm. Like I've been in place, like when I was a kid, I've been around snow. It snowed a lot in like North Carolina, Memphis, things like that. So I remember. Yeah.
Did you see snow and say, I didn't know there was this much white in the whole world?
No, I didn't say that. But you know what's weird is I was never old enough living in a place where it snowed regularly to where snow wasn't anything more than like a fun day off of school and fun outside with your friends. Where like having to walk to work while it snowed sucked. Anyways, when I was in Canada, I was like, well, they still have Toys R Us here. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be a proper toy collector
You have to go.
if I didn't visit a Toys R Us. So while I was there, I saw a bunch of stuff on pegs that we don't have in the US yet. A lot of Target exclusive stuff is Toys R Us exclusive there. The prices super high. It was $44.99 for a regular figure. And that's Canadian. So in US dollars, that's like $33 or so, give or take the day, so not terrible, but still pricey, like $5 or $6 more than they would be here right now. Yeah. But that aside, it was fun to be in a Toys R Us. Like it hits different when you're walking down the aisles and you have a whole aisle dedicated to Star Wars toys, as opposed to a little 2-foot section, if even that, at a Walmart or Target, where it's like this whole aisle is dedicated to just Star Wars. And it felt really good. It was cool. I saw a site that I hadn't seen since I was a little kid, and that was at a Toys R Us. There's Masters of the Universe He-Man figures, like the vintage classics or whatever, hanging on pegs. And I'm like, I haven't seen a site like that literally since I was a small child.
Did you well up?
I didn't actually well up, but I did get a sense of.
You felt good, yeah.
I felt really good, yeah. It felt like a very strong nostalgic feel. I didn't end up buying anything because I didn't have a lot of room in my suitcase to come home. I had a lot of work stuff, my camera equipment, things like that. But it was just a cool experience to walk around a still existing Toys R Us. Anyways, I have another story about that I'll talk about in this a little later. But I've got that. I've also got Fixer from the GameStop.
I was looking for that.
Yeah. So before I left for Canada, I got a phone call from the GameStop saying, "Hey, your Fixer's in." So I was like, "Sweet, I'll go pick it up before I go away for a week, and I'll come back and it'll be great." And then when I got there, I gave him my phone number. I went through a little thing where I was pre-ordering figures in store instead of ordering them online. So he's like, "Oh, you also have the 13th Battalion here as well." And I totally forgot I pre-ordered it in store. And I was like, "Sweet, I get 2 birds with 1 stone. Not a big deal." And he comes back and he's like, "Well, I can't find the 13th Battalion. We may have sold it accidentally." And I was like, "Great." But he came back with the Fixer and he's like, "Oh, your membership ran out. Do you want to renew it?" And I was like, "No, I don't think I will." And he's like, "Well, you can renew it for free if you use all your points." So I was like, "Fine, I don't know what I'm going to do with those points. Go ahead and renew my membership or whatever." And then he goes to ring me up and he's like, "Actually, this is register locked until Tuesday." And I think it was like Saturday. So I'm like, "Hold on, you called me to come get it, and now you can't sell it to me? And then you also sold another figure that I had pre-ordered with money." like what's to stop you from selling this one while I'm gone BS for the next week, And he's like, "Well, we'll put your name on it in the back. It'll be okay." I'm like, "Well, how am I supposed to trust you?" You already sold one of my pre-orders apparently. So, I didn't want to give too much of a big deal about it. I can't change him. He's just like an hourly worker at GameStop. Like, I've been there. Like he can't control what he can't control. So I left. I was a little frustrated, but it is what it is. So
you should send them an invoice for your gas to get there.
Right. That's a fact. So I came back the day after coming back from Canada, knowing they never called me to say it was in or anything, but I knew, okay, this is the time of truth. Did they keep it? Did they sell it? What happened? So I walk in, give him my name, and he actually comes out with both the 13th Battalion and Fixer, and everything was fine. So it had a happy ending, but it was a frustrating experience to say the least. And I probably won't be pre-ordering anything else in store. I'm just going to order them online from now on, pretty much exclusively, because that was frustrating. But yeah, Fixer looks nice. If you like the Gaming Greats Republic Commando figures.
I feel like if you have one of those, you have to have them all, right? There's no just
Yeah, it's the Ninja Turtle problem. Like, how do you get Leonardo and not Michelangelo, Donatello,
And not
Raphael? Like,
DiCaprio,
yeah, exactly. How do you choose just one? Like, do you just really like Boss for some reason? You like his color or whatever? Like how do you choose just the one guy?
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm a real big Fixer fan.
Yeah. And that's why Hasbro should have made the new mold, because they would have been able to re-release it no matter what, and people would have got it.
I agree, but
we've beaten that horse a million
we've
times
beaten that into the ground. Like, maybe in 10 years' time, Hasbro will redo all of these for some reason with new bodies. Who knows? But I did get the Tibidon Station Obi-Wan.
I'm jealous.
But this I first of all, I saw this at the Toys R Us in Canada, but I had already had it at home because the box came actually that day from Papa Gord in Canada. And while he could have just given them to me while I was there, like I said, I wouldn't have any room in my bag. Mm-hmm. So I've got the Tibidon Station Obi-Wan that I haven't opened up yet. And then I'm only down to missing one Holiday Trooper now. I've got the Mando Warrior, which is a Target exclusive, and it was also at Toys R Us, but I got mine from Papa Gord. So
that's the other one that I really like, because the blaster looks like the Nerf rifle they made.
It does. I actually got this Nerf rifle for my nephew for his birthday this year. He loves it. I'm thinking about giving this one, the blaster rifle, to my droids Boba Fett, though.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Because he has this rifle in the show. Anyways, or at least he did in the holiday special, which we don't.
What's the color in the holiday special?
I don't know. I think it's a lighter color. I don't think it's a silver, but it's like a gray. I'm not going to look it up
right now.
Yeah, go ahead. Right now. I've got one more Black Series figure, then I got some other stuff that I want to talk about before we move on. So I did get the Kenner colored Akbar in from Hasbro Pulse this week as well. I plan on opening up, despite the fact that it's got a really shiny background. Like, I really like the card on this.
Yeah, that is nice. The holographic background.
Yeah, but I've opened up all my other Kenner colored stuff, so I've got a spot on my shelf for Kenner colored figures. So that's gonna join them. Even though I don't super care about Admiral Akbar, I do kind of like his colors in here better than I do the actual figure of Admiral Akbar. Yeah.
So update on the holiday special.
Yeah.
The blaster it's like all orange with like a yellow tip in some shots and an orange tip in some other shots. So I think the white and the orange would work very well.
It works better, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it'll work good.
Yeah. Okay, two more Star Wars things and then a non-Star Wars thing. So yeah. This is more a thing for the people that follow me on my YouTube channel, but I do have the Advent calendar. Every year my wife and I do the Advent calendar for that. So if you care about that, or if you want to see it as we do it, we upload a new video every day for all of December. It's so much work, honestly. It
sounds like a lot.
It's recording. Well, we just can't record one every day. We did that I think one year, but there's like a party one night or whatever, and we can't record tonight, so you have to batch like a couple days ahead. So it's like you're ruining the experience for yourself, so that other people watching you can have the one a day experience. But that's fine.
Just the life of a content creator like yourself.
100%. Yes. And then I got an email at the beginning of November from a company called Sab Neo asking if I wanted a free lightsaber to review. And I said yes.
Hell yes.
So I got my Sab Neo lightsaber here. And
that is amazing.
I have to make a video on it, but I have to say, I think this thing's like $130, and it's pretty nice. I only have two, and I'm going to do a full video. I have to contractually. I signed paperwork that say I had to do a video, but there's two things I don't like about it, and it's up to everyone to determine if these two things are going to ruin it for you. The first one is there's no way to like hook this on your belt. Like, I would love to be able to just hang the hilt on my belt, there isn't a way, and that kind of sucks. The second thing is the ignition. There's like 100 different types of ignition on here, though, how it lights up. Only one of them is like it does in the movie, but it fluctuates between going from the bottom to the top to the bottom, or from the middle out. And there's no way of just saying, oh, no, I want it to just ignite
regular.
and regular. It just kind of randomly goes through those 3 different ways. And I've tried a bunch of different things to change the ignition. None of it will lock it in. So when you hit the button, sometimes it comes out like normal and goes back in like normal. Sometimes it goes out from the middle and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So kind of annoying, but there are some cool things. Like you can change the blade color to like a bunch of different colors. It has a lot of the things that the Lucasfilm or the Hasbro lightsabers do, like the tip drag and stuff like that. You can change the different sounds. Like it's got the normal lightsaber sound. Then it's got the lightsaber sound for like Obi-Wan and Yoda and Darth Maul and Kylo Ren. It's got some non-lightsaber sounds. Like there's one for Jurassic Park dinosaur roars, and there's one for like a speeder bike, and there's one for a pod racer. So you can get a little silly with it, and I like that. For the $130 plus, it's made from, according to the website, like it's made to be like fought with. And that's pretty cool. It feels good, so I like it. But I'm gonna do a full video on it with full thoughts and demonstrations and stuff. But so I guess I should activate it, right? Like this.
Yeah, I was about to say, give us a. Let's see what it does here. Oh, you got an actual. Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So, and it's got a lot of motion stuff. So if I want to change the blade, I can just. Come on. Nope. Is it nice. This one? Oh, there we go.
Oh, we got purple now. Or pink. Purple or pink. Yellow. Red. Blue. I'm just showing you how not colorblind I am.
Yep. So, and it's LED. It's like an LED strip all the way down. And it's
it looks
nice.
really bright.
Yeah. So like that's normal, but then.
Oh, it did normal
see,
again.
Like really? I don't like that, how it goes out from the middle and goes to the top or the bottom or something. But I don't know. Like it's a minor 2-second thing, or not even a 2-second thing, and it's actually pretty fun.
There's like really popular videos on TikTok where people say, would you pick the lightsaber on the left or right? And then the left is like a normal one, and then the right's like an $800 lightsaber, where when you hit it like the light beam comes from the bottom and builds up, and then it like explodes, and people are like, well, I'd rather have the one on the left, so whenever I'm in a fight, I don't die waiting on the one to the right to light up so I can use it.
You can. That's one of the options where it slowly like builds up or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of different ignition types.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say the having it not be able to hang off your hip wouldn't ruin it for me, since I'm not a cosplayer. But
sure. Well, even I'm not a cosplayer, but it'd be kind of fun. Yeah. Like just to have a lightsaber hanging off your hip when you just walk around. That was when I got my lightsaber from Disneyland. Like that whole week, I went to like Target with my lightsaber on my belt.
That's what I'll do when I make mine.
Because I could. Yeah. Just because I can. I will say though, the hilt for this is a lot thinner than the one from Disneyland, which makes it feel better in the hand. So
yeah.
The Disneyland one it's too thick.
Yeah.
Which is not a problem I have. But I don't know what I was going with that. I have one last thing. Before we move on to news and whatnot. And that was in Canada. I met up with a Canadian toy seller who also sells to the United States. Free shipping on orders, I think over $100, or a flat fee of I think it's like $12 shipping or whatever. Toy Snowman, and he was super cool guy. But while we were there and talking, he gave me a little preview, and I'm going to have a video up on my channel of walking through all the stuff. So if it sounds cool, check out my channel. I'll have a video, but, he let me pick one toy, and yeah, he's like, I want to give you a free toy under $100 just for coming in. And I was like, I'm not going to argue with that. I'm not going to say no to a free toy. And I had all the Black Series figures. So like, I don't like, I feel like I should take a Black Series figure, but like, I don't need a Black Series figure. So I wanted something that like I hadn't collected before. And like he had some Mythic Legions, which I collect. But again, I got a ton of Mythic Legions and I wanted to try something that I hadn't tried before. So there's this company called Joy Toy that Dan Larson keeps posting pictures of, and they look great. And they just started doing Warhammer 40K stuff. And I don't know anything about Warhammer 40K. I had a friend I worked with, and he was obsessed with like painted miniatures, all that stuff. I never got into any of the lore. I don't know anything about these, but he had a couple out because he likes them, and that's why he sells them and stuff. So I was kind of messing around with the one we were talking, and he's like, "Yeah, you should have one of those because like they're pretty expensive, and this way you don't have to like if you don't like it or whatever, you didn't spend any money on it." So I picked a Warhammer 40K guy up, and this is the Chaos Lord.
Oh, look at that thing. He looks like a Chaos Lord.
Yeah, so these are, I know, and you're going to hate this, these are 3 3/4 inch scale figures. But he's a big guy, and so it didn't feel to me like a 3 3/4 inch figure. He's just really big. It doesn't even
look like it's under like 5 inches. It looks
is.
huge.
I think, it is pretty big, but he's also just, like I said, he's a big guy. They have a pretty good amount of articulation. He came with 2 alternate hands. He's got his big hammer. He's got his little blaster. I have to say though, this is like a $75 toy basically. It's a little expensive for what you get, especially like the size. I don't love it. I don't, but it is cool, and it's a cool thing to have. A lot of people were like, "Oh, see, Mike, you just opened up another door. You're gonna go buy all of these," and I don't think I am. I will say his the Space Marine guy that he had on his desk looked cool, and I kind of wish I got that instead, but not enough to be like, I'm gonna go buy that. Maybe I'll sell this guy and go buy that one instead, just to have it. I don't know. But like from the box, he looked really cool. But in hand, like his head it's like attached to his shoulder. You can't really see it, but like there's a thing going in his ear. And this thing, which I didn't really get what it was on the box. I didn't know this was actually attached to his head.
Like,
yeah, I just thought it was like a thing on his back or something. But nope, that's on his head. So it's cool, and if you like it, I'm sure you'll love these. But and they feel well made. But I'm definitely not in. I'm not in danger.
On the line.
I'm not in danger of buying any more of these for sure.
Well, at least now you have like you have like a something from the trip you got for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice memory from meeting Toy Snowman.
Yeah. And I didn't go in expecting to get anything for free. I just wanted to see his store. And he was super nice. Like I did not expect to get anything for free. So definitely, if you're listening to this, go check out his store. They sell everything. Like you name it, he sells it, and he's definitely a collector himself. And I feel like that says a lot. So. Especially if you live in Canada, check him out. But even if you live in the United States, it's still free shipping over $100 or just $12 flat fee. So it's really not that bad. So those are my fine additions, and that's sort of my trip to Canada. Additions. Yeah.
Good trip. So before we dive into the news, let's plug our Patreon real quick. If you want to. If you want to subscribe to Patreon, please, I'm sure there's links everywhere. You can go to my Instagram page, find the link. We are going to do figure giveaways next month in a couple shows. We have plenty of figures to give away. That we have a blast. We have an absolute blast doing the Wheel of Death.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a lot of figures in December, so excited about that. I do kind of want to talk about our schedule a little bit. Right now we're recording on the 23rd, so this episode will probably be up Saturday or Sunday. I don't want to box Mike in, but it'll probably
no, that's about weekend.
Right. Maybe Friday if he's not busy, but it's holiday weekend, so by Sunday or whatever. The next episode we record, is that going to be the 9th, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
And we have a guest lined up for that episode.
Yes, we do.
Believe then the next, I guess we haven't talked about further. After that, the next week we would be recorded would be like the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. 23rd to Friday, 22nd to Thursday. So we'll probably do 2 shows to close the month. What do you think?
Yeah. We'll have 2 shows in December. We'll have the next one and then one.
I think we should do
right
2 or 3.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it looks like 3 because of the 30. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I say we do the 9th with the guest, and then we do maybe like the 21st or 22nd giveaway episode, and then we have like maybe the 29th to close the month with some other guests that we want to invite. What do you say?
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Or we can just wait until the 4th or something to kick off the year, or the 5th.
I mean, I feel like who knows what's going to happen a month from now, so we'll play that by ear.
Yeah, we'll play that by ear. So that's just a little bit what you all can expect. We'll be doing some giveaways, and it's always fun.
We plug our Patreon because we don't have ads in our show. We get hit up by people that want to advertise, and Podbean's like, let's insert ads, and we don't want to do that. We want to keep it ad free, so we talk about our Patreon a little bit.
Yeah, there's nothing more annoying than turn on a podcast and literally, I did this today in my car. The first minute and a half of the podcast is straight ads. And it's like, are you kidding me? I'm just going to fast forward this. I'm not even listening to it. So with that said, let's get on to the news. What do you say?
Oh, please. It's nice to have news, I guess.
So like I mentioned before, I got some emails of stuff shipping from Target, and I know some of these are actually popping up in the stores. I went to go look for the Tibbet Station Obi-Wan today, but Ned B is shipping from Target, and in the Out of Basement Discord, that's popping up in the stores. Yeah,
I got my Ned B shipping today as well, and I'm looking forward to it because we bought it when it was on sale back in like August or something.
Yeah, something like that. I actually meant to go look at my Instagram and see when that was officially announced.
I'm pretty sure the pre-order that we got, because it was on sale, was in August. I know that. Yeah.
I'm going to scroll and find it. So let's see here. When was it officially announced? Here we go. I posted it, just revealed, on June 22nd.
There we go.
I do want to give credit to Hasbro. This was announced in June. And then we have it in hand
by the
November,
end of the year.
December.
Yeah,
that's really good.
That's like 6 months. That's not bad. Yeah.
Distribution is undeniably getting better. At 100%. Least with shipping. If it's stuff in your area doesn't arrive, like maybe your Target's not stocking stuff, your Walmart doesn't stock stuff. But shipping is 100% getting better. Yep. And because everything announced, or most things announced earlier this year are going to be in hand by the end of the year, most likely. Maybe that mall wave, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so Target's definitely getting their act together in terms of getting stuff out and not waiting a whole year for it. So we got Tika pretty quick this year.
Literally like the week after she was announced, she was like at Target.
Yeah. But we all got people that pre-ordered them. Ned B, the Imperial Officer from Ferrix, the Tibbet Station Obi-Wan, and Credit Collection Ahsoka are all either showing up in stores or are being shipped from online. So I have Ahsoka on pre-order online. Ned B, I already got my Ferrix, and I saw it at Toys R Us. Also, the Mando, the Christmas Mando, is showing up in stores and is shipping as well.
Yeah.
So the only company right now that's sitting on their thumbs twiddling around is Walmart. Still waiting
like
on
usual.
The Werewookie. Like what the hell, Walmart? Still waiting on the Purge Trooper and one Jack to ship.
Mm-hmm.
I've already got my one jack again from Canada. I wish I'd taken Papa Gord up on the Purge Trooper, but I didn't think it was going to be this long.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Walmart's doing or thinking or not doing, but it's clear that the problem is Walmart right now. Because
Target is they seem to be on it now.
100%. Yeah, they whatever thing they had gumming up the works, the system, they seem to have cleared it out.
Yeah. And Amazon is usually pretty good too with dates and shipping stuff early. So Walmart and GameStop's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
Sometimes their stuff is delayed and sometimes their pre-orders go up late, but GameStop overall pretty easy to get the exclusives from there. But Amazon's pretty good, but Walmart's is really, and Walgreens to an extent with that 2/12 was kind of a hassle. But Walmart is the one that we need to that needs to get their crap together. And also, I do want to throw in that Imperial officer from Ferrex. It couldn't have shipped at a better time. It shipped today.
Oh, 100%.
I watched the finale. They were in there with their shields, building the wall. I'm not saying
and
nothing.
that's the other. We need the ones from Walmart now because I want that. I want the guy with the cape thing now.
Yeah. So excited, very excited about that. Speaking of Amazon, though, holiday first order Stormtrooper apparently pushed back to December 1st. Shipping, but
as long as we get it before Christmas, I mean,
then it's fine.
Yeah,
but Yakface did post that some were shipping out.
That's good. Well,
so
with these figures, with these holiday figures, they've literally been sitting on these for over a year now. Like they have no excuse getting these out
to not get them out
late because these were made. The boxes even say 2021. These were made to come out last year, and I've seen a lot of people on like Facebook complain, like, how come the Mando is the Jango Fett body and not the new, Death Watch Mandalorian body? And the answer is because when they made it, the Death Watch Mandalorian body didn't exist yet.
Yeah.
It's that simple. It's been around that long.
Yep. So no excuse for them to not get it to people who pre-ordered them by Christmas. Yeah. So we'll see. It'll be fun to see which retailers get them out and then which retailers send them out for Valentine's Day.
The only ones missing so far, we have Walmart, of course, taking their sweet time doing whatever they're doing. Amazon has yet to send theirs out, and I think that's pretty much it. I think have
the Pulse ones shipped.
I think they have. Absolutely.
And the fan channel
one, yeah.
They both shipped.
Yeah, they've both shipped. That's the Protocol Droid and the Clone Trooper
and the Cookie Trooper, right? Yeah.
The Cookie Trooper, yep. And then the other one is the Target one that's just coming out, and then the GameStop one. So we're just missing Walmart and Amazon. And Amazon, right. Yeah.
At least they have a reported ship date of December 1st, and they've announced, hey, this is being pushed back to December 1st, not to like a later date.
Right. And the sucky thing about Walmart's is it's the one a lot of people want. It's the Scout Trooper with the Grogu.
Yeah. That's the other one that I might pick up if I see it.
Because the Scout Trooper is great.
Yeah. I didn't drop a pre-order on any of them. I did go to pre-order the Wookiee. I only wanted one, and then after shipping, it ended up being like $37 or $38. And I was
it's tough.
I'm gonna find. I'll find it in store. Yeah,
for sure.
And then there were 3 on the peg when I went in there today, so I made a
there was even one on the peg when I went to go pick up my figures from GameStop.
But I guess let's move into some better news before we blow our tops off here. So the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary Gamorrean Guard,
announced yet, but
officially announced yet. Leaked by Toy Hideout and Yakface. There were some concerns about the paint on it in our group chat, but it looks like Lance Peter Luke saw it was it Frankensons? He saw it.
Yeah,
and
it's the Frankensons store. Yeah,
he took a nice HD picture because we were joking about Toy Hideout.
Whoever takes pictures at Toy Hideout, listen. If you work at Toy Hideout and you take pictures, learn to take better pictures.
They are the same people who take videos of Bigfoot from like from a video camera from the 1970s. You know,
figure out your lighting. You don't even have to get a better camera. You just gotta figure out your angles and lighting. It's like you're literally just holding up the figure in the general direction of your camera and just smashing the button and hoping it all comes out okay. Yeah. Like you need to learn how to take pictures better.
It's like a Polaroid camera, and then it prints 100%, out. Like, I'm gonna scan this in. To your face.
Oh, it's so bad.
But Lance Peter Luke took an excellent HD picture of it. You can see the paint wash still there.
Yep.
It looks like they might not have painted the toes like they did the original, but I'm not 100% sure. But they did at least do the wash on the chest, which is the bigger deal.
Yeah, that was the one that people were worried about. But the big thing for me was the back of the card shows off the wave 2 of the 40th anniversary. So we saw the Poplu, which is nice that we're getting a Poplu. I don't have to open up my my Heroes of Andor pack. I can get my Poplu on the shelf with Wicket and Tebow, and we'll have a nice little. We just need like a Chief Chirpa
Ewok party.
Yeah.
They need to include the baby in one of those, a little cute baby, little nest.
That don't give them those ideas because they're gonna make a $25 mass release Ewok baby just by itself.
Well, yeah, they're gonna do a Ewok 2-pack with a baby. They're gonna call it a 3-pack and charge you.
I'd be okay with that. You know what? Oh, $75. Probably.
They're gonna do
probably. But the big one was the leak, the reveal, the unofficial reveal of the Chewbacca from the 40th anniversary is confirmed to be Return of the Jedi specific. So he's got the chain on him, and he's got the more Return of the Jedi sculpted head. And
so it's a new sculpt, so the chain can fit to make it look like it's being squeezed by the chain.
Yeah. So we got that going on to go with your Princess Leia as Boushh. However you say it, that's how I say it too.
You're gonna get people mad to just talking about it.
I don't care. They can get as mad as they want. No one knows how to properly pronounce that name. You've never heard anyone officially say it ever.
So darn you, Hasbro. Yeah, I never thought I would have to buy another Chewbacca, but when I think I'm out, you pull me right back in.
You need to have that for your Leia. You need to have that to go with your Leia.
Yeah, I'm 100% going to get that Chewbacca. Didn't think I would need another Chewbacca, but now I do, of course.
Because it's a specific scene, and it's a good recreation of that specific scene. Yeah,
it's fabulous. So I'm actually pretty hyped for that.
Yeah. And I think I offhandedly made the comment, like, I really hope the Return of the Jedi Chewie has a chain.
Yeah, you did.
And it does.
That was a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, it does. So super excited for that. Definitely going to pick that one up. Definitely going to pick Poplu up. I think that's all. I think the Stormtrooper is also in that wave, and I'll pick up another Stormtrooper because, like, you can't have too many Stormtroopers, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm getting another Biker Scout from the first wave because, like, again, it's another trooper. Like, why not?
Yeah. I wish they do. Let's see. We got Wave 3. That's the Luke, Vader, R2. Royal
so Wave 3 is going to be almost all new figures. It's going to have it's the only completely
with the Royal Guard. Yeah,
the Royal Guard's the only one that's completely something we've had before. But the Vader, the R2, the Luke, those are all going to be essentially new sculpts or mostly new sculpts.
Yeah, and I'm hoping they're holding off on like a couple reveals because the other waves all have 5 and that has 4. I'm correct.
That's true.
Right?
It'd be nice to have
Vader,
one more.
R2, Royal Guard. So hopefully we get maybe another one. But this is why I love the anniversary like waves they do, because you can get some re-releases that people need. They can throw in some new stuff, and then they can throw in a figure where they just do a new head like this Chewbacca and make you need it. So I'm a fan.
It is interesting that obviously they haven't announced anything, so we don't really know, other than what's on the back of the cards. Like, we don't know any of the details of this. Like, we've seen pictures of it, but there could be things like, for instance, the Emperor Palpatine. I was a little surprised he didn't have electricity hands. Like, that seems like a perfect, like, but those might be accessories, in the package. Like, you don't know, like the Boba Fett doesn't have all his different accessories on the back of the box, so
yeah, but you can see it.
It could be in the pack, it could be that they've got the electricity hands packed in with, maybe not the different heads, but electricity hands would be nice, for the people that didn't get the chair. I still feel like Hasbro, if you're listening, I don't know if it's too late or not,
they have to do it.
There's a lot of people out there that need electricity hands with their Palpatine, for sure.
Yeah, I don't see why they did the Wampa pack for ESB, and then they need to release the bike again, and they need to release the chair again, the Emperor's Throne
agree.
again.
Yeah, another speeder bike release, a chair release, and then of course, we need a new Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, and there's so much potential.
We need a new Jabba the Hutt, and I don't know, like, a lot of people just want them to re-release the original Jabba the Hutt, but I kind of want this, like, a whole new Jabba the Hutt. Like,
it'd be nice.
I know.
I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Why not?
But it would cost like $70 or $80 if they did it. Like, the original one was $40 back in 2014. Like, it would be easily $70 or $80 if they did a new Jabba the Hutt now. But I'd still buy it.
Yeah, and maybe they'll include like a couple of things that came with
if you had like the sled or the little hookah thing. Yeah. I don't even need a Salacious Crumb. Like, just give us all the accoutrements and I'll be fine.
Yeah. Got a world build. So speaking of, we were just talking about a Royal Guard re-release for the Return of the Jedi anniversary. So Amazon did get an exclusive, and it's like the carbonized 2-pack Royal Guard and TIE Pilot for the price of $69.99.
Absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
You know what's hilarious though?
What?
Is in our group chat, Nate was like, the Royal Guard's pretty sick, I'm gonna get it. And I do agree, the candy apple looking shine on the Royal Guard looks great. He was like, I'm definitely in on the Royal Guard. And then he realized a couple minutes later, it's a 2-pack and you have to get both for $35 each, $70. And he was like instantly out on it. You're a completionist. You have all the carbonized figures. Did Hasbro break you?
Yeah, absolutely. They did. This was the line in the sand. This was the release where, and I can't rule out sometime in the future I might pick this up if it goes on sale or clearance or something like that. But for being, I don't wait for sales. I just, as soon as something goes up for pre-order, I pre-order it. If it's a new sculpt or a new version of a figure, like with some kind of update, different paint, different head, things like that. So I don't buy all the 40 different regular ESB Boba Fett just because they come on a different card, because I don't care about the package. But I do care about the individual figures inside. And these technically are, they're the same figures we've had before since 2014 and 2017 when the Royal Guard came out. They've got the carbonized painting. The card back is the hologram kind of card back. They are new, and I'm not pre-ordering them. I just refuse. For that price, for $35 a piece, I just can't justify that much. Like, there's one thing, when I first started out being a completionist, was super easy when there were only 12 to 20 new figures a year.
Oh, a year.
Yeah. And now,
that was $19.99 a piece.
Yeah. Now, not only are they releasing a lot more in a year, but the prices have gone crazy. And I can't find a way to justify $35 for old figures.
Yep.
Shiny versions of old figures that right now I don't even display my carbonized figures out. They're all in the boxes hanging up. And since these are on card backs, I probably won't even open them because they're not resealable. So I would probably just leave them in the packages and like hang them on my wall to look shiny. And I thought, like, I'm not spending $70 just to immediately put these card backs on my wall. I'm not all there sometimes when it comes to how I spend my money on Black Series figures, being a pretty impassioned collector and a completionist. This is it. This was the release where I was like, I'm not going to pre-order that. If I don't buy it, that just is what it is.
Yeah, and I'll jump in here, and I wholeheartedly agree. The frustrating part is they've got their money's worth on both of these molds already, and I know they've retooled the Royal Guard a little bit to look like some different versions, but they've re-released the TIE Pilot a few times. They've got their money's worth on both of these molds, and then now because it's an Amazon exclusive, you want to upcharge it. And if these are retail, like maybe $25 each or $28.99 each, then I could see them upcharging for the exclusive and it's carbonized 2-pack, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
But $35 each, that's $15 more each per figure than what they originally released for. If this were $60, I would get it. I would understand people getting that. Yeah.
I would have pre-ordered it at $60. But I know it's only $10, but it's just $10 too much. Like, I gotta have a line somewhere. I gotta have a limit.
Yeah, and that's perfectly understandable. And the crazy, I know like this isn't the best barometer for seeing who bought it, but whenever I posted the Mandalorian and Ahsoka with Grogu pack, Amazon exclusive, my link sold 124 of those.
Yeah.
For this, I posted it, of course, offering people to use my link for it. 4. I sold 4 through my link. That's not the best barometer, I know, but a lot of people do see my page and a lot of people do use my links when I post them. And I don't think a whole lot of people bought this, so I guarantee this will go on clearance sometime in 2023, hopefully anyways. I would imagine it would once they go in stock on the website.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I'll keep an eye out, and if it goes out there for a decent price, like 60, 50, somewhere around
55,
there. Yeah. That as soon as it dips down to the $60, the $50 to $60 range, I'll snag it like that. Yeah. Sure, just to have it.
I feel like we're talking about stocks now. I talk about stocks with a buddy at work.
No. So. 70 is a hard no for me.
Yeah, that's, and I wouldn't get it regardless because I'm not the biggest fan of carbonized. And I have one just for the representation of like what they did with it. I think the Darth Vader's cool. It looks like the movie posters and like the old 100%. Comics and all that.
Yeah, Darth Vader's great.
Yeah, but so I wouldn't even get it if it were 50. And I really don't understand the price point on this one.
I don't understand where Hasbro got that price from. I really don't. Like that just seems out
and I
of
wonder if it's Amazon setting it, right? Do you think maybe Amazon set the price and they're just
could be
trying to shoot their shot,
It could be. So someone put that price there, and whoever was responsible for that, like you need to chill. Chill out.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's
I even been saying online like hell, like I'm not buying it, and I bought Black Chrysanthemum. I pre-ordered Black Chrysanthemum day one, baby, but no way.
They broke you.
This release absolutely broke me. Absolutely.
And, the thing is, like I don't even feel like the TIE Pilot looks good at all.
I don't think so either. I think
the Royal Guard looks pretty cool.
Yeah, the TIE Pilot reminds me a lot
of
the Second Sister carbonized figure, which is my least favorite my second least favorite carbonized figure. Mm-hmm. My least favorite carbonized figure is the Boba Fett. I don't like the colors they chose for him.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you got it, I'm glad that you
100%. More power to you.
Yeah.
If you saw the value and you put your money down, like you do you. I'm not telling you how to spend your money. I'm just telling you how I'm spending my money. That's all.
Yeah, and I don't mind that this is an Amazon exclusive. It takes up an exclusive slot. It's not like this is going to be clogging pegs at Target and Walmart for years to come. Some of the original Redbox, fins and Jyn Ersos and all that still are.
It feels so weird because like we try to be as positive as possible. And last week we had a little bit of a negative episode, and then this week we're kind of continuing on. Like I really don't want to be super negative, but I want to be real.
Yeah, being honest is the most important thing. And I mean, and just listen to us. We're hyped about them redoing, releasing a Chewbacca just with a new head on.
100%. Yeah.
So,
and then that's the other kind of thing is, there are people out there that see this and they go, well, that's it. I'm not collecting Black Series anymore. And because of one release, like it's one thing to be like, well, maybe I'll scale back or I won't buy this one. Like me, I'm not collecting Black Series just because Hasbro has one release that I'm just not going to buy. Like that's ridiculous. There's like, somewhere in the middle.
People on the internet just think that it has to be one extreme or
nothing.
The other. There's no middle like gray ground at all. There's just none of that.
I'm just not gonna buy this. I'm not gonna sell my whole collection. I'm not gonna throw all my figures in the trash. Like I still enjoy the Black Series. I still enjoy what I have. I'm looking forward to new figures coming out and whatnot, but like this isn't it, and that's fine.
But so I'm glad it's an Amazon exclusive. It's not going to be clogging pegs. It'll go on clearance eventually, I'm sure. And so if you like it, DM me and explain why you like it. You don't have to explain yourself. I'm not asking you to explain yourself. I just want like your perspective.
Yeah. What's your reasoning? What were you like? Well, I want to know what your reasoning for getting. How'd you justify it? And then maybe that will help for me. Maybe I'm just not seeing it from an angle. So cool. Maybe you're just seeing that $70 price tag and you don't care. Like $70 for you is nothing.
I'm gonna get DMs like I'm a doctor. I make $98 an hour.
I mean, it could be. Yeah, it could be. Yeah,
I mean, honestly,
it's fine. You got dual income, no kids. You're a dink person. You got a whole room full of Star Wars figures. Yeah, that's me too.
Dual income, no kids. Fan.
Yeah, that's right. So maybe you have all that spending money, you just don't care about it, and you like the shiny. All valid. Like, for sure. I just want to start a conversation about it. Like we said no, you said yes. Let's talk about why.
Yeah. So with that said, let's do something a little positive first. We brought a couple episodes ago. We brought up the Black Series Cantina Hall of Fame. Figures. So I'm going to suggest this on the behalf of our friend Justin from Out of the Basement.
Sure.
You might know where we're going with this if you saw the comment, but he suggested I put up a poll on our Patreon page and asked our patrons what they thought. So I say we put the Sand Trooper in the Black Series Cantina Hall of Fame. And the reason is the new sculpted head just for that figure, the 3 unique weapons that are all painted, and the weathering detail. To be fair, hold on. I'm holding my horses here.
You can't say a new sculpted head just for that figure because at the time it was the only Stormtrooper you could buy.
Well, yeah, true. But the next Stormtroopers didn't have that.
Sure, but they have the new head technically.
Yeah. Well, anyways, and weathering. And if it released today, we probably wouldn't get as much weathering.
We wouldn't get as much weathering. We probably wouldn't have gotten as many weapons. Yeah.
So I say we do. So I'm gonna leave it up to you. Yes or no? Put it in or not?
No, I'll put it in there. My only problem with that figure, and it's not much, but having the older articulation, those knees bow over time, and
you kind of have to look at it from a 2014 perspective.
From a 2014 perspective, it was great. From a 2022 perspective, I respect it for what it was at the time, but I definitely it's a figure that hasn't aged super well.
Visually, it's still stunning though,
except for the knees.
Well, yeah, that's but
okay, that's part of the visuals, right?
Well, I mean, I guess.
I'm going to look at it on my shelf and I just see him look like he just got off a horse in the 1800s. He's got rickets. He's doing the cowboy mosey with his blaster.
And it's only been re-released twice after that. And all of them are pretty expensive on the secondary market as well. So
sure.
And then, so I'd say we put that one in. It's a great figure. I say we do a Hall of Lame.
Hall of Lame.
Hall of Lame. Could you pick a figure that you would put in the Hall of Lame?
Hall of Lame.
Like bad figures.
Sure. My first suggestion is not very positive, mind you, but my first suggestion for the Hall of Lame is IG-88.
That's what I was gonna say. You took my. I was gonna say
IG-88. So there's some decent ideas.
bad.
I only recently learned that his knees are double jointed. Had no idea. And the reason I never really played around with that much is because of all of his like sculpting and the hoses. I'm afraid of breaking it. Like, it's such a poorly designed figure. I don't even know what they were thinking with that figure. It's just wow how bad that figure is.
Yeah.
It looks cool. There's a lot of details. There's a lot of sculpt, but wow.
I agree. Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Well,
so
I guess we're in agreement.
I gotta think.
Let's just do the one. Let's just induct the one.
Right.
We're inducting one Hall of Fame, and we're inducting one
Hall of Lame.
Hall of Lame.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stole
we
mine,
agreed
so
on
we'll
it.
do
So.
one. Yeah, that's a good one. All right, so now I'm ready to chat some
before
Andor.
before we do that, I missed one fine edition, and this is Star Wars.
Back.
This is Star Wars. I know. We're rewinding all the way back to about 45 minutes ago or a half hour ago.
Well, so at least this was better than last week's when our fine edition segment lasted the entire episode.
Almost the entire episode. Yeah, for sure. I did get the KO AliExpress Apo figure.
Yeah.
This thing was $20 off of AliExpress, and it's based off the new Clone Trooper body. And honestly, it's fantastic. If you want an Apo, go on AliExpress and find this. It's so good. They have a version with the visor. I didn't get that one. I just got the regular one.
I added it to my cart, the one without the visor. I just gotta check out now.
It took about a month to get to me, but like it's so good. I wouldn't even just like the Kylo Ren that I got that one time. Like I wouldn't be able to tell this was not a Black Series figure. And the only reason
I was amazed at that Kylo Ren when I got it.
100%. And the only reason I really picked this up is they've done KOs of figures that have been released before, but this one is like a specific release that Hasbro may never do. Yeah. So I was like, nope, I want an Apo. I want an Apo on my shelf. So
just the shoulder pauldrons on that just makes it look so sick, and the skirt.
It looks so good. And
awesome.
I love they have these little like the shoulder straps and stuff that it's so good. And he comes with the little handheld pistols, and he's got his regular Clone Trooper blaster on there. So it's great.
Yeah, if anyone is interested in getting that, I do have the link for that handy because somebody provided it in our group chat for us, so I can just send you the link. That's where I got it. So
yeah, it's I'm not one to really like say, oh yeah, you should get KOs, but in very specific circumstances, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I don't think people should be not buying it from Walgreens or not buying the 212th from Walgreens to buy the 212th knockoff.
Yeah.
But for this, Hasbro's probably not going to do this. So that's like a perfect one.
Yeah, 100%.
And the Kylo Ren one made sense because if you didn't get that, you'd have to buy the expensive.
I'm not buying I'm not buying a Comic-Con exclusive centerpiece.
And it comes with a statue,
of Rey. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not spending $90 for a toy that I only care about the toy part of. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. So Andor,
cool.
We're going to go full spoilers for episodes, for the whole season, really, including the finale.
Whole season. Yeah, because we didn't talk about Andor at all last week. So we basically have half the season we haven't discussed.
Yeah. So I am ready to get some thoughts out there. Do you want to just jump straight into the finale, or give your overall thoughts on the show first?
Yes.
The first season one before we jump into specific details about the finale.
Well, I'm going to start off by rating the first season. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5, or like a 9 out of 10.
Solid.
If you want to do it out of that. It's not perfect. My problems with it are as follows. On a weekly release basis, there are some episodes where you're watching it and you're just like, oh, I guess the episode's done now. It is a slow burn.
Specifically,
yeah. Well, even it's not just the first two, because the way the series is structured, there's 3-episode arc. There's another 3-episode arc. There's like a kind of a one-off episode, and then a 3-episode arc, and then a 2-episode arc.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of split up into little arcs of stories, kind of like the old Clone Wars arcs, where like, you had 3 episodes that were connected, and then 3 episodes that were connected. Yeah, and it was kind of all over the place in terms of what was connected and what wasn't. But when you kind of saw it, it made sense. So there's before you, especially with those first 6 episodes, you're like, oh, okay, I guess there's not much happened this episode. I guess I'll watch next week's or I won't, you know. So I wish they could have found a way to not do that, but that really only is a problem for when it was airing. Now that the whole thing is out, it's not really. You can just
stream it specifically.
Yeah, you could just binge it straight through. Yeah. But there are, like, if you're not really in the mood for like a slow espionage burn of a story, where it's not all running and gunning, Boba Fett blasters, rocket packs, lightsaber fights. Like it's standing around and talking. It's heartfelt. There some of the performances in this are the hands down best performances in all of Star Wars. Like nothing else even there's nothing to compare it to in Star Wars. In the finale of the whole prison arc thing, you have Luthen's speech, and you have what's Andy Serkis's character's name? Kino?
Kino.
No,
Kino.
Kino.
It's Kino. Kino's right.
Kino,
it's
okay.
Kino.
Yeah.
I remember thinking it's like the game that you have at like sports bars and on the
Sure,
TV.
yeah. They both had like fantastic speeches in those episodes that resonate through all of Star Wars. Like the emotion that went in with them, the words that were said. We've never seen anything or heard anything like this in Star Wars before. And it's something else. Like you can't compare this to like Obi-Wan or Mando or even to the movies. Like it's so different and serious. Like and that's not to say like, oh, you're not going to chuckle here and there. Like I will die for B2 emo. I will jump on a grenade. There is a scene in the finale where like
I was ready to throw something.
I was gonna throw some fists.
This dude knocks over. He tries to cover up the hologram, and as soon as he like knocks over B2, I got pissed off.
You don't do that.
Yeah.
It was I was in on it, But yeah, I just as a whole, it's a fantastic story. There are definitely episodes where like, okay, this one isn't as strong as this one because it's set up. Like for those arc episodes, the first 2 episodes are just there to set up an amazing finale, and they all sort of build and build and build. So like that first 3 arc episode, like the first 2 are like, yeah, it's fine. But that 3rd episode pays off with the really cool firefight and then all the villagers banging on the metals and things like that.
The alert
and then
system,
the next arc, you have the heist. And it's all building up training for the heist. And then you have the heist in that 3rd episode. And you're just like, oh my, this is fantastic Star Wars, And it just, there's really been nothing like it. Heck, we in the last episode, not this episode, but the one before it, Lily and I watched Luthen escape in his ship from that that's the Imperial ship like 3 times. That whole
when they pulled the laser out, when he pulled the laser out.
Yeah, his ship has lightsabers, you know, or whatever. Like that whole when he's like shooting little missiles into the
yeah. I was
satellite.
wondering how he was going to get out the tractor beam that they do.
Like that whole sequence was just fantastic. Yeah, so there are instances of this is Star Wars, like spaceships, TIE fighters, you know, Imperial Star Destroyers. Like that's there, but it's not the whole thing. It's not reliant on them, essentially. It's just there to accentuate the big moments. And I feel like it's exactly what I wanted from Star Wars for a long time.
Yeah, it's crazy how this is almost like the complete polar opposite of the Kenobi show. You know, there's no like Force, you know, there's no Jedi.
Yeah.
It's just grounded, building the rebellion.
Yeah.
You didn't even chat about the Mon Mothma stuff. All that stuff was great.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like I can't wait to dive more into her story in season 2.
I've never cared about Mon Mothma's finances.
I know, yeah.
I love Lily when they were in the car in this last episode and she's like suddenly started accusing her husband of gambling, and my wife's like, why is she doing that? I'm like, to cover up the money,
cover up the money movement. Yeah.
Like it's 100% to cover up where that money's gone, so they don't look into it. They don't want to, or
she 100% knows that the driver's listening whenever.
The driver's
privacy.
ISB for sure. Yeah.
And she starts accusing her husband of gambling again. I thought. Then the Canto bite. She name dropped Canto bite for the gambling.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I like is a lot of people are saying like, oh, you know, Andor doesn't have any callbacks or references or Easter eggs. Like it's got tons. You just have to know what you're looking at. It's
got some real deep cut ones. Whenever they kept bringing up the Gornish people. Because eventually it hasn't happened yet in the timeline, but in the novel, I don't know which one, so forgive me. But there's a Gornish massacre.
Yep, on Chandrila. Yeah,
that Tarkin there's a protest and Tarkin can't land his ship, so they land it just like on everybody. So we might see the fallout of that in a future season of Andor. You know, and that would be sick if they could kind of bring Tarkin into it.
We'll see. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but like for instance, you know, they had that one episode with Admiral, the guy from Clone Wars, from
A New Hope, Admiral. You're putting me on the spot.
How am I blanking on this
Admiral
right now? Yularen,
yeah,
because he's the head of the ISB.
Yeah.
He's the head of the ISB.
Yularen, is that his first name?
Yeah, that's it. So like, and that's a cut that if you are super into Star Wars, you'll get it, and if you're not, you don't. I don't care.
Yeah.
But it's still.
And I love how they just name drop the Emperor every now and then. Like in this last episode, they said straight from the Emperor's mouth.
Yes.
They've mentioned him in other, like Mon Mothma's mentioned him, and I was kind of hoping we'd see him in the Senate for like half a split second, or like a hologram of him and then disappear. But maybe season 2.
And that's the one thing I have to remember is, like at the end of Kenobi, at the end of kind of Mandalorian, but like the story feels done, whereas the story in Andor didn't feel done. Like it was the finale for the season, but I still like, okay, I can't wait for the next episode. It didn't really feel like a series finale or a season finale. Other than there were some cliffhangers, and now we have to wait until like 2024 to see it, I guess.
Yeah, they did an excellent job of building up the finale. The finale was more intense than I expected it to be.
Yes.
And I haven't felt like emotionally invested in this show. Like, I've thought the show was cool. Like, I've had a great time watching it, but the finale like got me. Yeah. Like, I was emotionally invested in what was going on
with the marching band march.
I didn't really care about.
Yeah, yeah, and that was actually a question I had for you. Now that you've seen all of it, have you changed your mind about getting any figures?
I might need to. I might need to. I'm not gonna pre-order the case, but if I see him on the peg, I'll probably pick him up. You know?
Like Luthen.
I'm definitely getting Luthen. Like, that's one I'm definitely getting. Like, Bix still hasn't done anything.
Yeah. The Vel. I think she's
I'll probably
great.
have to pick up the Vel. Yeah, for sure.
Didn't know that she was Mon Mothma's sister, which was a cool cousin. Sorry, cousin. You're right, cousin. Yeah. Which was a cool twist. Like, she's a cousin. Yeah.
Yeah, this season, like, I was more invested in the finale. I was like getting pissed off in my chair, and I was the moment whenever, specifically, the riot is starting to happen because they get pissed off at what happened.
Yeah,
and then Cassian gets that Imperial guy on the ground and then shoots him.
Yep, point blank.
I got so into it. He like put the gun like right into his stomach on the ground, and then they show him pulling the trigger and killing him. Like, I got so like into it right there. And then
favorite moment.
It was awesome.
My favorite moment from the finale though was the anvil ringer guy just kicking that stormtrooper.
Yeah. I was hoping he was going to take the two and then like smash his helmet, you know?
Yeah.
And like have the helmet kind of explode and then he falls.
Oh man, I loved it. In fact, I was talking with Dan this morning after, because we were chatting about it, and like I was like, I want a HasLab anvil tower with the anvil ringer and a stormtrooper. And if they're not planning on doing that playset in the TVC, like Hasbro needs to learn how to do toys right, because that is a playset. You got a nice cool tower.
Cool.
At the top. You got this badass dude with hammers ringing stormtroopers like storming up. Like it was
Cassian awesome. In there.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
I was expecting. I don't know about you, but whenever I was watching it, I didn't like get too into like, all right, what's gonna happen next, but I was kind of expecting to see one of the characters turn around and then down that main street of Ferrix, and like an ATST turns the corner, you know. I was expecting that. That would have been a cool visual.
I'm kind of glad they didn't, because I feel like it was enough just with the stormtroopers having blasters, because like none of the regular people had blasters, you know. So it definitely felt one-sided. It definitely felt sort of massacre-y, in the sense that like they were just like wasting these villagers. And then you got that one dude with the bomb that hit like the cache of other grenades. That's when
and
shit
stuff went crazy.
Yeah. And then it took out that one traitor guy, and screw that traitor guy.
Yeah. And Deidre, when she's walking around with the Death Troopers, badass, like
so badass.
I love her character.
Definitely need a Deidre figure. Yeah, definitely need a Deidre for sure.
So do you think her and Cyril? What do you think about them too? You think there's going to be some?
No, I really hope not. The whole time they were in there, I was like, you better not kiss.
I thought they were going to kiss.
Do not kiss. I don't want them to kiss. She doesn't like him. He's a creepy ass weirdo guy. Like, I don't want anything romantic there.
Maybe she'll realize she's too involved in her career, and now she needs to have a baby Snoke with this guy, because she's evil, he's evil. They're gonna have a baby Snoke, and then give it to the Emperor to like, hey, do your thing here.
No, not even. No, I don't want any of that. I don't want any of that at all.
They're gonna have little baby Knights of Rens or something, you know, little evil babies.
No. Oh man, you know, I do wish there was a little bit more payoff with Cyril. Like why are we following this guy around the whole season? You know,
yeah.
I wish there was some kind of payoff other than he rescued her,
saving Deidre.
Yeah, at the last fight. But like why are we following this guy around? Like I don't get me wrong, I like his character. He's awful. He's a weird, creepy, lonely dude that lives with his mom who's failed at life. Like, I think it's an intriguing character, but like why are we spending so much time on him? Yeah. And I want some kind of payoff, and I'm assuming we'll get that in season 2. And that's the thing is, like, this isn't the end of the story. It's got to wait for season 2.
Yeah. So let's chat about that post-credit scene.
We know what they were building.
Badass.
That was awesome.
That was really, really cool.
Yeah, that was really at first, because you just see the
droids,
the droids and stuff, and at first I thought they were building the planetary shield around Scarif, like that little opening thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was my first thought, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of poetic. The thing that basically got Cassian killed, he helped build, but that's still true.
That's still very true.
That's still true, but I thought it was a little more direct. Like, he built his own prison from prison. I thought that was kind of neat and poetic, and then I was like, oh no, that's the laser for the Death Star. That's the dish for the Death Star.
Yeah, that shot was awesome, because I think it's really cool, because in Andor he's building the dish, and then in Rogue One we see Tarkin looking at the dish when it's inserted into the Death Star for good. Like, they do the final attachment of it. So I feel like that's a kind of a cool connection from where Cassian made his debut in Star Wars, and now he's building that. That was really, really cool scene. My overall thoughts on the show, I didn't expect it to grab me at the end the way it did, so I'm definitely going to do a rewatch to see if I missed any, because I didn't rewatch any of the episodes like I normally do. For Star Wars shows, just because it's so long, and it's so, maybe not long, but it's so dialogue driven.
Sure.
So I definitely want to go back and see if I missed anything. I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. What'd you do, a 9? I think you did 9 out of 10.
I did 9 out of 10. 4.5 out of 5. Yeah, I like to reduce my fractions.
Yeah, I'll do like a 8.5 out of 10 or something, because it finally got me like emotionally invested in the characters. Like, I didn't think I cared about some of those characters, and then they're like in some heavy shit in the finale, and I'm like, why am I so intense? Like, why is this so intense right now? Yeah. So it really grabbed me at the end, and it's unfortunate. I feel like a lot of people haven't given this show the shot.
Well, and like I said at the beginning, I think that slow burn for the first couple episodes really kind of turned people off, and I get it. I honestly get it. Like, that's a story style that's not for everyone, especially if they're expecting like Star Wars, like more Star Wars. I will say, if anyone sticks with it, the payoff is worth it. Like, I was even having a hard time in the first couple episodes of like, why do I care about this? Like it's interesting, sure.
I could tell it was cool, but is it? That's why I wasn't getting the figures, because like, why do I care about these random human characters?
100%. Like, we were struggling. Like, we're struggling with, are these toyetic? Like, we don't care about these guys. And now I'm super stoked that I've got that whole wave on pre-order. Like, I want them all. Like, oh man, I want Mon Mothma's husband. That guy's a dick.
So what do we think? Is he going to go back and find B2?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Because I was like, dude, you're on the ship. Just get out of there.
Just go with him.
You're not. Yeah, like, just go. Just get out of there. You need to make it out alive. I was half expecting that ship to blow up, like get shot down by the Empire on the way out. Since it was kind of a goodbye, and then all those characters, we never see those characters again, Well, not in,
as far as Rogue One, that's all we know. Yeah.
So like, it would have been fun. Like, I was half expecting Andor to see that ship blow up, and I was going to be really sad B2 was on it. But it didn't. So I guess that's good.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see what happens in season 2, I guess. Where it left off with Andor and Luthen, where he's just like, like, kill me or take me with you. Yeah.
And then Luthen gives a little smile, and then you know that, he's taking him in for sure.
Yeah.
To fight the Empire. And Marva's speech, you talked about Luthen's speech.
Oh,
the little
Marva's speech
one she gave.
So good. Oh.
Yeah. That I feel like that's what finally got Andor. He was like, all right, screw these guys. I'm in the rebellion now. I'm gonna do what I can to
well,
to fight
he
these
kind of
guys.
had a similar arc to Finn in the sequels, where he was in it, like he's fighting the First Order, but he's not really in it. Like he's just kind of doing it because it's not the First Order, and it's what he has.
Following along, yeah.
And he has a crush on Rey or whatever, you know. So like he's not in it for the sake of the vision of fighting against it. And that was the turning point for Cassian, where like, sure, he doesn't like the Empire, he'll fight the Empire. But now it's like a nope, I'm committed to this whole ideal. And a lot of it, I think, was a combination of Marva's speech, and then also that the manifesto that he was listening to from that one guy that was on Aldhani. And there was a line in that manifesto that really resonated with me about how tyranny requires constant effort. Like,
and it'll break and leak.
Yes. Like that tyranny is something they have to constantly work at to do because it's not natural. It's not a natural state of being. So they have to constantly work at oppressing people. So I thought that was a fascinating. That was fabulous, yeah. It was a great line.
Yeah, and that was a great way of getting him to, like, I guess, make his official turn and decide to be in the rebellion. And because I think the final, if I remember correctly, the final sentence that from that speech was like, "We have to try."
Yes.
And then it does like a focus shot on Cassian, and then like goes to the next scene. So yeah, that was like really touching, and like it just like it pays off all the time we spent with. I don't even remember that character's name. Do you know it?
I can't remember either.
That was sad he died. I liked his character.
It was super sad he died.
He got crushed by all the credits, you know. I wish I could get crushed by that much money, or have the opportunity to.
Nemec.
That's right. Yeah.
Karis Nemec. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that wore like the very earthy, warm, like cold weather hat.
Yeah. That whole thing at the end with Marva and Nemec, and then it was like I said, man, there's never been anything like this. Even Luthen and Saw arguing in the episode before, like
Krieger
Saw's like,
and all that.
Yeah, about Krieger. First of all, Krieger looks like me, so it's nice. It's nice having someone I can cosplay in Star Wars. You a fat guy with a beard and a bald head, you got it. That's all you need.
That's gonna be your selfie series, your legit one, you know.
That's my whole entire personality right there. But because he's Luthen's gonna sacrifice Krieger for the greater good of the rebellion. He's gotta give him up so the ISB feels like they got who they were going for. And Saw is like immediate, like, no, that's messed up. And then they have that whole very tense like standoff, and the performances are just out of this world, insane.
Yeah, this is
very
like,
nice. Yeah.
I love having the Andor show in between like Kenobi and Mandalorian Bad Batch, because everything is like a different flavor.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
It's just a way of we're getting such a palette in the Star Wars shows now. And it just shows that what they can do with other shows going forward. If people like this, people don't like that. And there's something for everybody. If you like something more grounded and intense, you got Andor and Rogue One. If you want something more fantastical and character focused, go to Kenobi.
Yep.
And all that. So I think they nailed it, and hopefully more people give it a shot, because apparently it's not giving Disney Plus the subscriber count they were hoping for. Did you see tonight, Wednesday night that we're recording this, it's going to be on the first 2 episodes, I think, are going to be on ABC.
Yeah, they really need to put the first 3 episodes. Like that first, I feel like if people sat down and watched that first arc, like if they just turned it into a movie, like that first arc, I feel like people would watch it. Like if it was just a movie, Yeah,
and I think Thursday night, Thanksgiving night, the first 2 episodes are going to be on like TBS or TNT or something.
I think FX.
Or FX or something that Disney owns.
Yeah. They're putting it on real TV, basically. Yeah.
But I think a lot of people watch Thanksgiving football, so
Yeah.
Hopefully it can still grab people Thanksgiving night. And then I think the first 2 episodes are going to be on Hulu this weekend or something. I'm not exactly sure. But that's neat. They're trying to get more interest.
Yeah,
so hopefully it
reach
drives.
out. Yeah, absolutely. And listen, if you're listening to this and you haven't watched Andor yet, just do yourself a favor. You gotta watch it. It's worth watching. And at no point, like with Mando season 1, 2, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Boba Fett, I've never immediately after the finale gone, okay, I'm gonna go watch the whole season again. Like I've watched them on repeat, but never immediately. It's always been like a little bit like, oh, I haven't seen this in a while. I'll rewatch season 1 and 2 of Mando. I'll watch Book of Boba Fett. I actually haven't rewatched Book of Boba Fett. I've only seen it the one time as it aired.
Neither have I.
I also haven't rewatched Kenobi. I've only rewatched Mando, and again, that was like months after they ended. I just wanted to rewatch it again. I'm going to go today, tomorrow. Like I'm going to binge the whole first season again because there's just so much happening. It's like Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon. You miss a lot
of dialogue, yeah.
Or you just don't recognize in the moment how significant that dialogue is.
Yeah, it's a good.
Where once you realize who the characters are and what the relationships are with different people, then you kind of start more stuff. You notice a lot more. And that was the same kind of problem I had with Game of Thrones. Like the first couple episodes, I had no idea. Like what's everyone talking about? Who are all these people?
Hard.
But now once you kind of know who's who and what the relationships are and what the significances of them coming into the story are, like it makes a lot more sense as a much more compelling story.
Yeah.
So it's better on a rewatch. And I have a feeling that Andor is going to tick that more so than any other
for sure.
Star Wars show so far.
Yeah, I agree. I'm definitely going to do a rewatch on it.
Yeah.
Just to see if because now that you know who's interconnected and like what ends up happening.
Yep.
It's just I think it's gonna be that much better listening to all the little dialogue they say. Like when they talk about the manifesto, it's gonna mean a lot more.
I'm gonna pay attention to the Aldani mission a lot more now that I know, Cinta and all those guys, and yeah.
Well, we know Andor lives. So
that's the thing. It is kind of like at no point are we ever like, I hope Andor doesn't die. Because we know. Yeah. But he's the only character that we think that so far.
Yeah, everybody else other than Mon Mothma could go at any time, and they certainly did.
Like when's Luthen going to die? We know when Saw dies. We know when Mon Mothma dies. We know when Andor dies. But everyone else is up for grabs, and it's still very interesting. Apparently they... Go ahead.
I was going to say, I definitely do think Luthen is going to die because this isn't like a big spoiler or anything because Tony Gilroy, that's his name, Tony Gilroy.
Yeah,
he did an interview with somebody and he said Luthen is kind of one of those people who, like, he's similar to, well, he was talking about Luthen and then he started talking about people who lay the seeds for things don't always see them come to fruition. Like, you know how they say like Moses died before they got to the promised land, or like a lot of people pass away before, like Cassian with the rebellion, and with the Death Star being
even Luthen said that in his little speech where he's like, what did you sacrifice? And he's like, I sacrificed peace of mind, I sacrificed everything.
So I think he's definitely a toast before I think series that's probably wraps up.
Accurate,
because he is kind of the driving force trying to bring all the little cells together, you'd say.
Yeah. I did think it was pretty ironic that the ISB was searching for Andor.
And he's
in prison. Yeah. Like, you got him.
Yeah. I was hoping that we were going to see, I was hoping Deidre and them were going to find that out. And because I really wanted to see their reaction when they realized we had him the whole time.
Yeah.
And he was under a different name and we had no idea, So, so I'm assuming we'll see that in season 2. I wonder, is there going to be a time jump in season 2? I think really...
There can't be much of one because it started only 5 years before Rogue One. So around the same time that Rebels takes place.
Yeah, because I want to see the fallout from this now,
Yeah. Yeah.
And them knowing he was there and got out, you know.
Well, we know. Well, first of all, we know season 2 just started filming, which is nice, like yesterday. And then also we know that K2SO is going to show up in season 2 at some point. So my understanding is season 2, there's going to be a tide jump because I think season 2 is basically going to roll right into where we see Cassian pick up in Rogue One.
Is season 2 the final season, or is it?
Yes. Yeah.
Season 2. Oh, I heard they were originally going to do 5 and then decided on 3. So now they're only doing 2 seasons. As far as
what I understand, it's just going to be 2 seasons, and it's going to end right where Rogue One picks up.
That kind of sucks. I was hoping we'd get at least a 3rd season of it.
Yeah. I don't know. As long as if this is the story they have to tell, like that's what I care about more than how much of it we're getting. You know.
Yeah.
I prefer quality over quantity. I do feel like the problem with that though is, you know, with things like this first season is 12 episodes. I feel like that was perfect. Like we got a lot of story. Everything was fleshed out. Nothing felt super rushed. Whereas like Obi-Wan or Mando really could do with also having 12 episodes in a season. Like let the story sit, marinate, flesh it out a little bit more so it doesn't feel rushed. There were parts of Kenobi that felt so rushed.
Yeah, or like they kind of had this weird middle ground when it either should have been a longer show or a movie.
Or a movie, right, exactly.
They were kind of in that awkward middle ground where they're like, all right, let's just make him save Princess Leia from rescue again.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. They could have turned it into just a movie where it culminated in him fighting Darth Vader on Jabim. Yeah. Or it should have been longer. For sure.
More fleshed out and longer,
for sure.
And Book of Boba Fett was, I feel like Dave and John are great, but I feel like they wrote that on the back of a napkin and were like, all right, this is the story, you know, and that was.
Well, I think what honestly kind of happened is I don't know anything obviously, but I think Robert Rodriguez was like, hey, I had a lot of fun directing that episode. What if I did more, you know? And then they were like, well, we don't really like where we kind of left Mando and Grogu off at the end of season 2. Yeah. People like them together, so let's figure out a way to get them back together for season 3. And instead of having to spend time in season 3 of getting them back together, like, they have Book of Boba Fett. Yeah.
I think he said that in an interview, like they're glad they don't have to deal with a crutch of getting them back together now.
Yeah.
In this actual, so by the time we get to season 3, they're already reunited. And for people who skipped Book of Boba Fett, they're going to be
I was going to say, people that did not watch Book of Boba Fett would be like, what? How come they're together? Yeah. Where's this starfighter come from? Yeah.
I want him to get a bigger ship because I liked him putting people in carbonite and all that.
Me too. It's a neat idea to have the N1 Naboo fighter, but it's not a very good bounty hunter ship.
Yeah.
Of course, he's not really a bounty hunter anymore. I mean, let's be honest. He's not.
Yeah. I feel like he needs somewhere to live still. You know,
that's true. Yeah, it's really hard to sleep in that cockpit. I mean, Luke does. Luke sleeps in his X-wing cockpit.
Yeah, that's true.
But you got a little bit more walk room, or like how you go to the bathroom in a starfighter cockpit.
Yeah, you can't go to the back tube in an N1, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Well, any final thoughts on Andor before we close out this episode?
Oh man, I'm happy it happened. I'm happy I saw it. I'm happy I was alive to see it. Can't wait to see it again. Can't wait to see the next season. And if you haven't seen it yet, you just gotta watch it. It's so good.
Yeah, it's fabulous. And be sure you stick around for the closing post-credit scene.
Yes, which if you haven't seen yet, we've spoiled it all.
Yeah, we spoiled it. So,
but it's still cool to see it.
Yeah,
I don't think it will diminish the watching it, knowing a lot of this stuff. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So I think that's going to do it for us. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving by the time you listen to this. Hopefully
it'll be
Black
Friday or some kind of Saturday time. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's perfect. Hopefully you get some time off work, some nice rest and relaxation. I took an extra Monday off after Thanksgiving.
Nice. So. Taking that Cyber Monday off.
Yes, I'm excited. Maybe I'll do a bunch of online shopping.
Maybe. And
then I'm going to the casino again tonight. So wish me luck. Hopefully. Good luck. Hopefully, last time I went, I made a lot of money. So
I know you said you're gonna buy the Shadow Squadron. Did you?
Well, no, I didn't. I actually paid off my red card with it.
Oh, that's smart.
Because me and my wife, we kind of racked up a little bit of a red card bill. So I used all my winnings from that I made $20 more, around $20 more at the casino than what my red card was worth. And now, like tonight, neither of us have work tomorrow since Thanksgiving. We're just going to go meet up with some friends and have a good time. So hopefully I have luck again, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Everybody, if you are listening to this episode, but you didn't listen to our last episode with Ken Plume, I highly recommend you go listen to that episode. That was a fantastic show. We went very in-depth talking about Black Series and Hasbro as a whole. So please go listen to that. Support us on Patreon. Like I said, we're going to have plenty of figures to give away sometime next month, probably around Christmas time, near the end of the month. You can buy merch if you choose. There's links on my Instagram page and probably posted below the video if you're a Patreon member and watching. We have like mugs, t-shirts, and all that. Twitter, follow us on Twitter at TBS Cantina. You can join our Facebook group, which I really want everybody to do. It's Black Series Cantina. And then you can email us if you want to, blackseriescantina at gmail.com. And that's all I have. Hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.